It's 8 questions on famous Super Bowl halftime shows, picked by Patreon subscriber Alex DeSmet in North Hills, California. This is Trivia with Buds. What it be? And welcome to another episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Buds, and I'm enjoying a nice Big Wave Golden Ale from the Kona Brewing Company, one of my favorite beers to have on the West Coast. They say our sun-drenched Big Wave Golden Ale is a smooth brew inspired by what makes Hawaii great. Catch a wave. I love this Big Wave Golden Ale. I love their longboard lager, I believe it's called. If you hear any chomping in the background, that's not me eating. That is my dog Romeo, and he is really gnawing on some dog food. I'm surrounded by dogs at this very moment. Got my white Pomeranian named Romeo. I got my Pomeranian Terrier, looks like a fox-colored dog. His name is Carver. And I got my boy Spock, who's like a Chihuahua Terrier. And his nails are very long because he no longer has the tolerance to let me trim his nails. If you have any tips for that, tell me what you do, because I can't even bring him to the vet for them to like sedate him. He'll like lose his mind if I even bring him to the vet anymore. So he's getting real cranky as he gets older, and they gave me some like tranquilizer type pills to try and help cut his nails at home, but they have like no effect on him. It's like he knows what I'm trying to do. And I used to be able to hold him in a certain position and trim his nails, and now not so much. So he's walking around clinking on this new wood floor in the new rental house we have. It's just like, and if he runs fast, it sounds like we're being chased by an alien or something. It's like, you know. So that's what's going on over here. And on this episode today, it's all about halftime shows from famous Super Bowl performances. So I did not include Maroon 5s because I thought it was pretty terrible this year. I like a few Maroon 5 songs, and usually with the band, I'm not a Maroon 5 fan, but I'm like, oh, their songs, they got a couple good songs. This should be a fun Super Bowl. But man, it was a real dud this year. It seemed like they didn't do any envelope pushing and no crazy stage presence, and Adam Levine, he seemed kind of like out of sorts. I mean, performing in front of that many people is tough to do, but I don't know. The whole thing was just a dud to me. So all these questions, we got 8 of them for you today, and they're all picked by the topic was picked by Alex DeSmet, who lives in North Hills, California. He is a player over at a place called Pocock Brewing Company in Santa Clarita, California, every Wednesday from 7 to 9. And he has been one of my longtime patrons on Patreon for the show. If you want to join him and see all the cool rewards he gets, just like this one, which is picking one topic a month that I do an episode on, you can go to patreon.com/trivia with buds. You can join all the other cool folks over there. And here's just some of the other topics coming up in February. We have young adult fiction coming for Brenda Martinez. Dan Papalo wants time travel movies, and Douglas French wants rappers' real names. So just a few fun things coming up in February, picked by you, the listeners of this show. Thanks for listening. We're going to jump into these 8 questions on Super Bowl halftime shows right about now. Here we go. All right, here's number 1 for Super Bowl halftime shows. Question number 1, in 2015, what rapper did Katy Perry bring on stage as a special guest? Number 1, in 2015, what rapper did Katy Perry bring on stage as a special guest? Question number 2, what classic rock band performed in 2010? Number 2, what classic rock band performed in 2010? Number 3, in 2003, No Doubt and Sting performed with what female country artist? Number 3, in 2003, No Doubt and Sting performed with what female country artist? Number 3. Number 4, in 1998, there was a tribute to blank featuring Boyz II Men, Smokey Robinson, and Queen Latifah. Number 4, in 1998, there was a tribute to blank featuring Boyz II Men, Smokey Robinson, and Queen Latifah. We're halfway through these questions. We got 4 more to go in this Super Bowl halftime trivia quiz. Here's number 5. In 1993, the halftime show was themed Heal the World. Who was the major pop star performer? Number 5, in 1993, who was the major pop star performer for Heal the World? Number 6, what swing band was included in 1999's halftime show? Remember, swing was popular for a short time? Number 6, what swing band was included in 1999's halftime show? Number 7 on your list, how many halftime shows has Justin Timberlake performed in? Number 7, how many halftime shows has Justin Timberlake performed in? And question number 8, in 2008, Bruce Springsteen performed with his band. What is the name of his band? What is the name of Bruce Springsteen's band? That's number 8. All right, guys, that's your quick quiz on halftime shows at the Super Bowl. Let's see how many you got right out of 8 in just a second. Here we go, the answers to Super Bowl halftime show trivia. Number 1, in 2015, what rapper did Katy Perry bring on the stage as a special guest? That was Missy Elliott. That was kind of her big return. People had not talked about her for a while. She had a new song or two, maybe a new album, and Missy Elliott kind of did a fun little performance with Katy Perry. I thought Katy Perry's show was really good, and I wasn't a huge Katy Perry fan before that Super Bowl, but I was like, wow, this is what you expect from the Super Bowl. She was riding a giant elephant, I think, at one point, or a tiger or whatever. It's pretty crazy. Number 2, what classic rock band performed in 2010? Was it the what, the where, the why? No, it was The Who. Number 2, The Who performed in 2010. Number 3, in 2003, No Doubt and Sting performed with what female country artist? It was Shania Twain. Shania Twain, No Doubt, and Sting back in 2003, a medley of different types of music there. Number 4, in 1998, there was a tribute to Motown featuring Boyz II Men, Smokey Robinson, and Queen Latifah. I believe it was the 40th anniversary tribute to Motown back in 1998. Number 5, in 1993, the halftime show was themed Heal the World. Who was the major pop star performer? It was Michael Jackson, right? If you're in doubt in the 90s pop star, go with Michael Jackson, huh? Number 5. Number 6, what swing band was included in 1999's halftime show? I would have guessed on this one the Brian Setzer Orchestra, because I feel like they were the biggest swing band of the late 90s, but it was actually the Big Bad Voodoo Daddy. I wonder if the guys in Big Bad Voodoo Daddy are like set up to retire. Like, do they have enough money to retire? I bet they do. If you're playing the Super Bowl, I feel like that's a pretty good call. Number 7, how many halftime shows has Justin Timberlake performed in? He has done 3. He was with NSYNC for one of them, I think in 2000, and then he did the one with Janet Jackson in 2004, and then he did his own just last year in 2017, or 18 maybe. And number 8, in 2008, Bruce Springsteen performed with his band. What's the name of his band? The E Street Band. E is in ecstasy, the E Street Band. And that band is always on ecstasy. That's part of Bruce's rider. He says, you guys could be in the band, but you got to pop this pill before we hit the field. So that was 1 through 8, guys. Hopefully you got some knowledge out of this episode, or you knew all 8, and you can brag to your friends about who knows more stuff about Super Bowl halftime shows. It's crazy to think that they haven't always done that. Like, they used to just have marching bands and stuff till the 80s, and then kind of exploded into this pop music fiasco. And sometimes they show nipples, so interesting stuff over at the Super Bowl. Thanks for listening. If you want to support the show monetarily, go to patreon.com/triviawithbuds. Throw a few bucks. Join the other 30 patrons over there who are helping this show become bigger and better and funner every single day. We're over in the Patreon chat on Discord, which is a app called discordapp.com, and you can join the chat. It's like an ongoing chat room, and I just posted that next week I'm doing all 80s stuff for my live events, so I posted the graphic for that, and my friend Jim Fields is on there. He's the Askin Nebraskan, and he hosts trivia in Nebraska. He said, sweet, I did an 80s night for a fundraiser in November and had a blast. So some chatter and fun stuff going on in that group. I also posted a visual round of rom-coms, so screenshots from different romantic comedies on Valentine's Day, and just had people try and guess those. So a little extra trivia, a little extra challenge, a little extra quizzes. If you like that kind of thing, you can join our chat room for just $1 a month. So if you have a buck to spare and you want to jump in and meet some really cool pop culture loving people, go to patreon.com/triviawithbuds and donate $1 a month. It's fun, and I bet you'll make a new friend. I've made 30. It's the best. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thanks for telling a friend. We'll see you tomorrow for more Trivia with Buds. Cheers.